Good morning, guys. What is happening? Welcome back to another edition. Matt the Collector here. Thank you for joining. I am a TCGPlayer reseller that has found some success. Found some success over the past few months, buying cards and reselling them. And, it's about that time that we go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. The one is, long-term, what does this look like? And we're going to talk about this at a time of, seems like very strong market volatility. So strap in. Let's get right into it. Everybody's freaking out right now. The same strategy that you've been doing, going and buying, the latest box at the store and then finding someone who couldn't find that box as fast as you and reselling it is over. Scalping is dying. And now you have to become an investor with that particular box, which will over 5 to 10 years gain value and you can resell. That is a shoo-in. That's for sure how you can do it. But if you cannot wait 5 to 10 years because you have over leveraged yourself, now you got to figure out what to do. You can't wait for the market to come back up if you're one of these people. You got to sell it. Fire sell it. That's why you can find, I was looking at yesterday, ETBs that were $77, which is basically buying it with tax at a regular store. So you can now, the scalping on regular ETBs is over. You can go buy them. You can have them shipped to your house. And a lot of these people are doing free shipping. So, I mean, really and essentially, you're buying it damn near what you could get it for if you bought it from, Pokemon themselves. So, you're right there, Not that big of a deal on that. You can now get product. Congratulations. That part's happened. What I think is actually happening is people are dumping everything so that way they can get some capital so that way they can buy it to Pokemon 30th, and that's going to be another crazy hype. Now, after this particular hype, how will Pokemon rebound after the 30th anniversary, right? That'll be the next question that we'll all be looking at. As for me, I like to think that I have almost future-proofed the business. I've only been doing it since February, and I have stuck my feet solidly into the bulk game and finding cards and reselling them and then diversifying into different card games and doing the same thing. So I started with Pokemon, learned that pretty good, and now we're delving into Magic, and I got some Magic cards that are on my TCGPlayer, and they sell some, they're not quite as fast as Pokemon right now, but of course I have maybe 500 different kinds of Magic cards listed there, and I have over 5,000 listed on Pokemon, so I mean, of course it's going to be slower, right? That's not going to be the same. The reason I got into Pokemon is because I like Master Setting, and then Master Setting I had all these cards, and I put the cards on there, and here we are. So, that's the main gist, and I may have talked too fast in this video and put it all in there. So let's kind of break down some of the things that I was talking about, just at first, right? So the market, yeah, everything's down, but I think nothing's really down more than like 5 to 10%, which I mean, yeah, isn't the best. But it's not a crash, per se. It's like and I don't even know if it's really a market correction at that point. I think that we're still looking into it. Now, my background, I am not an investor by heart, okay? I am a spend money by heart kind of guy. I am not going to sit here and play games and tell you that I am anywhere near like a nostalgianomics or a Rudy or anything of that nature. I'm not that person. I would like to become one eventually, but I just need to learn how to leave it alone, right? I did have some stuff that sat at my house for maybe 6 weeks, and I am you. I just couldn't stand it anymore. So instead of ripping it to pieces, I turned it into singles, right? I turned it into singles, in which I have flipped on, TCGPlayer and things of that nature. So I took that money and just kind of reinvested it in a different way so that way I wouldn't rip into the product while it was valuable. Because if I ripped into it, then now I have ripped probably about 6 booster boxes. But that's not what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about like the Charizard UPC and the Blooming Waters and stuff like that. I had those. I traded those. And I have made more money than I think I would have off of trading those than I would have holding them, right? I think that's where my numbers are. So I like to think of like this investment as like you can be active in it or passive in it. Like if you are active in your investment, like you get stuff and then you use it to grow, you make it grow, then you're going to grow, right? But if you buy it passively and you let the market dictate it, then it'll happen. It'll just happen slower. So it's about how quick a growth you want. Right now, I'm kind of on. I'm going to go as quickly as possible, but still kind of keep some systems. If you guys could see the differences that I've made over the past 4 months of going from one system to the other, going from one platform to the other, going to like, because I'm indecisive as a default, right? Like sometimes it's hard for me to lock stuff down, but I think I've got something that's working now that I like. So I recently changed from chaos sorting over back to alpha sorting, and the reason that I changed over from that is because I was pulling stuff from the wrong batches and messing it up. And then I realized that maybe my brain is not made for the chaos sort, right? Yeah, it's easier, but it doesn't take much for that to go haywire, right? Like if you pull one card from the wrong spot one time, that now the system doesn't know you took that card. It thought you took a card over here. You do that multiple times, and now your sorting is all messed up, and you have no idea where anything is. You're going through batch after batch trying to find one card. That's where I was. That's my fault, right? That's how I operate. You may be better. You probably can do it. You probably would have no problem with it. But as for me, it didn't work, right? So I need to be able to see how many cards I had at the time, so that way I knew, like all the duplicates and everything. If I have 70 Pyroars from Mega Evolutions, I think it's Mega, then I want to know I got them, and then here they are. Here they are, whole sleeve. We're ready, right? So, which by the way, I think I do have 70 something of them. But that's in something else. I just like having every card. So yeah, so chaos sorting didn't work for me. Also, I live in Louisiana. We get hurricanes. If something happened and I had to get somewhere, and I wanted to bring these so that way in case I didn't have to slow people's orders down, I like to be a good person. I like making sure I give a good service. I'm taking these with me. I'm bringing them. We go to the hotel room. I'm packing orders in the hotel room, right? We're in Louisiana. I've evacuated almost every year. It's not been that much, but we evacuate a lot, right? So I mean, it's gonna be what it is. Do you guys have any natural disasters like you guys run from, like we do? But we won't leave. Food's too good. All right, if it wasn't for the food and the culture, then maybe not. We're a little more seasoned down here. Things are cooler. If you don't believe me, come on down. We'll show you. So anyway, that's where I'm at on chaos sorting. I went back to TCGPlayer because of future-proofing myself. Kind of what my goal is not like your traditional game store. Like, I'm thinking, and look, maybe y'all about to steal my idea. I think I got a great idea. Maybe it's dumb. But massive play area. Massive play area. Like, huge play area. All on the walls. Different vendor tables for other people to sell. But I still have my back of the house operation, which is mostly online. That people I'll have some kiosks out. If they want a card, they can choose a card, they can buy it there. But I prefer you to buy from people who come in, right? So I will be able to justify the entire space just on the online operation I have in the back, right? Is what I want to do. I don't want anything that has to do with, cost to come out of the upfront. Now, if I sell stuff up front, that's great. I think it's mostly going to be for sourcing and, community. It's kind of what I want. So I want to source, and I want to be able to get the community. I want to buy at a percentage that's lower than what people are buying as vendor tables, so that way I'm the last stop. If someone doesn't want something, they come to me, I'll get it, and then we'll put it on thing. That's where the goal is, where the plan is, right? Y'all tell me if that's dumb or if that makes sense. But yeah, that's kind of, look, all kind of ideas. The sky is the limit, so the market may be going down, but when you're selling bulk cards, how much further down can they go? We're already here. I'm not over leveraged in any major card at all, or even if I am, I got enough bulk to make up the difference, so that way I'm not losing my butt. Yeah. Whole bunch of ideas in this video. We'll try to figure out the title. Good luck on that. But make sure you subscribe, follow. I have all my links in the description. Do all the things. Check out the store. Everything's 5% under. Hopefully you find something cool. I do have, got a few cool cards on there. At least I think they're all cool. That's part of the problem. But you guys have a great day. I'm going to go deliver some stuff and sell some stuff. Catch you later.